Hey guys, welcome to the final February update for Liverpool. Yes, this is the final video, or the final FM12 video, but it's going to be the final February review. As you can see, it is 2044. This will be my final season. I will be 33 years in charge of Liverpool. And as you can see, we are absolutely deadlocked at the top. I will be ending the series, as we all know now. The FM13 beta, by the way, in case you don't know, is out. You can download it. I haven't actually done it yet, and I probably won't until either Friday night, tomorrow night, or Saturday. That's because, for those who don't know, I now have a full-time job. I'm just going to use this as a very, very, very quick update little scenario. For those who know, I'm in full-time work now, something which I've never done before. I'm still kind of adjusting to it, and what it basically means is I have not got as much, well, nowhere near as much free time as I used to, apart from on the weekends. For those, of course, who may have watch my study of media machinery video, that old mic test I did once. I've been at university for the last 3 years. Yeah, 3 years actually. I was going to say. Oh, excuse me. In case you can't tell, I have a bit of a cold as well. I did have a cold. Now it's mostly gone away. But yeah, as I say, I've been at uni for the last 3 years, and I've been essentially sitting on my arse doing nothing since May, really. And obviously I'm still adjusting. I'm still trying to find the time to make videos to generally upload them, because I'm getting up at 7:30, out the door by 8, coming back at 6:30, later that evening. I realise there are a lot harder jobs out there, more time consuming jobs, but bear in mind, I say, coming from my situation, I'm still trying to adjust to that. Bear in mind, I'm an incredibly introverted person, so yeah, it is difficult, but I'm going to strive to make do with what I've got. And hey, you know what? If the FM13 stuff takes off, who knows? I might be able to dedicate more time to it in the future. You never know. So yeah, that just a little update there. Bear in mind, please don't get all antsy going, when the FM13 video is coming out. They're going to be coming out probably on Saturday. That'll be. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to start the Liverpool. It's going to be a Liverpool save. I know a few people are going to go, oh, why are you doing Liverpool again? The reason I'm doing Liverpool again is because it's a totally different team. I think I may have mentioned this before. It is a completely different team, and compared to the team I started with in FM12 a year ago, over a year ago now, it's different. The formation I will be reverting back to the 4-4-2. Forget the 4-3-3. I will, however, as a nod to Brendan Rodgers, have the 4-3-3 as an alternative formation. It will be the official alternative formation. So yeah, that'll be that. We'll be doing Liverpool. Oops, daisy. Thanks, Jack, for tweeting me there. I don't know why I've got Chrome still open. What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, thanks for reminding me as well. You can, by the way, as of now, I believe for most people at least, download early access for the beta. If you are watching this on Thursday or Friday, Thursday night or Friday or whenever, you can download it. So go ahead and do that. But as I say, I want to get into this now. Please, I'm not going to answer any more comments saying what team you're going to do. I'm going to say it here. Please watch the video. Tell other people in the comments, watch the video. Job explains it. I will be doing another save. I'm going to start as Liverpool. I will be doing another save. I'm still yet to make my mind up. I will start that save when the first patch is out. I don't mean the main patch in January. I'm talking about the one that comes up in about probably late November. The first initial patch that sort of gets all the bugs out the way. Because this save here, okay, it is updated still, but it still has them core bugs all over it. So I just wanted to point that one out really quick. So that's what I'm going to do. Liverpool, I'm considering other teams as well. For that, a secondary save. I'll go over all the other little stuff in the future when the FM13 beta comes out. I'm unsure whether to start the save straight away, as it is a beta, and obviously it's going to have more bugs in it than a spider's web. So I would assume so. Compared to what the full title is. I'm not going to say that it's not finished, but at the same time, I want the clean product. So I'm probably going to start on November 2nd. I'm going to definitely try to get that date off, make as many videos as I can, and we'll go from there. But as I say, I'm still trying to settle into my new job. So yeah, just a little note on that. Well, I'll probably spend the last 5 minutes talking about it. But yeah, Just a very quick note on that. So on to the last February update. As you can see, we are deadlocked at the top with City. We do have a game in hand though, so that could play into our advantage. They do have a slightly superior goal difference. It's obviously Arsenal are not too far away, but I think for the last few years it has been a bit of a three-horse race. Tottenham, Chelsea and United haven't really been able to mount a title. I mean, Tottenham have come close, but it's mostly been City, Arsenal and Tottenham. And really, it's been, as I say, I can't say anyone else has even come close other than these three teams, but it's mostly these two. So go over the transfers real quick. Obviously, we have the game in hand due to the fact that we were in the Club World Championship. History. Just a few players out then. So, as we all know, for those who may have seen the last update or not, I had to let a few people go. Flavio Fontes was a failed experiment. He was a chronic from the off, as I mentioned. If in case you don't know, I mean that's kind of the level he's at Sheffield Wednesday. He got homesick right at the start. He was a nightmare. He missed pretty much most of his first season. Okay, he was only 17, but you know he missed a lot because he was homesick, so sent him on a leave of absence. That's what I find. If you give them a couple of leave of absences, they're fine. Then again, why am I giving out things for this anymore? Then no one plays this anymore. Mendiola's gone, obviously. He has not been picked up by Monterrey, I think. Or, I don't know how you say that. Oh God. Right, we were going to play Monterrey in the Club World Championship. Literally, the next game, like the game before us, he injured himself. I couldn't believe I wanted to play against Mendiola, but he's done that to himself. Now, you're looking at this thinking, what on earth is going on here? Victor. 40 million, yes. He wants a new challenge. Real Madrid were really interested in him, and you know what? I cranked it up again. I find £40 million is the limit for most clubs. I think I offered initially 46, and then they just toned it down to 40. So I was happy to go with that. And you know what? A player, quite frankly, if you look at the amount of appearances, until about 4 or 5 years ago, was a fringe player. Even up to not even that. 4 years ago was a bit of a fringe player. Only in the last few seasons has he really, come to absolute fruition. And it was weird because he was good, but there was that, of course, absolute rock of Massimo Lizio on the left, and he had no chance of ever breaking through. So he was always the secondary left midfield. Obviously, that's a very good problem to have. But at the same time, it was like, well, what are we going to do with this guy? And eventually made a massive profit on him. So £40 million. That is also, admittedly, it was over 48 months or 18 months or whatever the hell, the stupid thing, which I'm hoping is fixed for FM13, where, of course, the absolute abuse of the 48 months pay system, the way you pay it over 48 months, utterly ridiculous. But that does have its positives, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Manuel Vassov has also gone. I've brought in some able replacements, don't worry. He's now buggered off. He wanted a new challenge as well. He's buggered off to Sevilla. Admittedly, I haven't made a profit on him, which is a bit of a shame, as I do want to make profits always, or at least break even on players. But I think, to be honest, I'm actually quite happy with what I got, because at the end of that second season, you can see he only made one appearance, and I was like, I've bought a duff here. He's awful. But no, he's actually okay. He's not done too badly for what he is. I mean, he's become a bit of a world-class player, I can't deny. Well, that click wheel's weird, so I'm used to I haven't used my mouse in like a week. The click wheel at work is weird. It's all old and rubbish. Anyway, Abraham's finally gone. He was, again, another failed experiment. Had a good start. I mean, he was a good first season, but he was like, I guess I could compare him to Alberto Aquilani, except, I paid £2 million for him. I mean, he was okay. First season, did well, but I don't know, I couldn't find a place for him. But yeah, I think he was just unlucky. That was all he was. Parisi is going to go, and I think he's at Tottenham now, so that could be interesting. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. He's never going to go old enough for me to see. Or will he? But yeah, he was here. He was quite unfortunate by the fact that he came through at the same time as Robinson Marin, who I think I bought. But nevertheless, he was quite unlucky. But I don't think he was ever going to be good enough. He would have been another Lee Barton, for those who can remember that far back. Juan Manuel, who has not been picked up yet, which is a shame, really. Tried to hold on to him for a while. Ultimately, he was not good enough, and for the amount of football he wanted, I was not able to give him it, so I let him go. And finally, Raul Ramirez. Now, this was a bit weird. He wanted first team football. That midfield is getting more and more congested with Daniel Ferret pressing on as well. You know, it's like, and he's getting old. They've got younger players coming out, so I want to get Ferret in as much as possible and, you know, really make him an absolute gem. So I freed up space, £3 million, not bad. It's got me services out, you know, 10 years or something out of Ramirez. So I thought, you know what, that's okay. He's done well. Not a legend or anything, but he did his job and won many things. So on to the players that I've bought. This is Cisco Scotta, I think is how you say it. He's 25, he's Italian, and he done quite well at Villarreal. He's yet to score for us, and has been rather shaky, I've got to say. He's not looked that great. He had a shocker in the Community Shield, which I'll get to in a moment. One player here, Brazilian. We all know what I'm like with Brazilians. Very excited about is Oliveira. He is only 24 and £18.25 million from Lille, and I'm very excited to see what I can do with him. He was recommended, I think he might be 4-star. No, he's 3.5, okay, but that's usually good enough for a defender. He's a centre back, obviously. A youngster here called Carlos Diaz. He's only 18, he's Argentinian. 3.5 stars again, could be pretty good if moulded into the right player. Javier, I hate saying that when it has two names at the start, so annoying. Francisco Javier Zabano, I was going to call Francisco Zabano, another young player from centre midfield from Spain, quality player again, hoping he could be good, give him a few first team opportunities. And this is the replacement, I guess, for Victor, a young Spanish player, no, quite another Spanish player, Luis Nunez. I'm not going to say Francisco, at least he likes to give Francisco a lot of the middle name plays. Anyway, Oh, that's right, yeah. I was just looking for a left, as you can see, he's a wing back, but he also plays left mid. Actually, let me change that. I was on the wrong one. Defender left, that should be midfield left. 2 stars, pretty much what I need. I just want a little backup who isn't going to complain, like Victor, and who will get the job done. Okay, he's not absolutely amazing, but he's still young, and I think I can, you know, he's got a lot of pace. Do you know what? If you have a pacey winger, but he's only 2 stars, it doesn't matter. Look at that pace. He's going to abuse that pace. Let's put it that way. As I say, it really all stems into nothing though. But I am really now essentially building a team for the next manager. I was going to say predecessor. That's the other way, isn't it? For my next or the person who will follow me, I should really say. I don't know who that is. It could be anyone. Whether it's going to be my backroom staff, whether they're all just going to piss off after I've gone. You know, there is of course that mass exodus that happens, but let's get to up here then. Now, we had a cracking start to the season against Chelsea, 2 games. Now check this out, 4-3 in the Community Shield. You don't see that so often, but who got the 3 goals? One player I'm hoping could be an absolute gem in the midfield as well. This is Ansgar Hartman. Bought him quite a few years ago, and he scored a bloody hat-trick. I've been waiting for this guy to really step up, and you know what, he's an absolute tank. He's amazing. He's only 2 stars, but you know, he's 2 stars. But he's got no weaknesses, and quite frankly, if a player has no weaknesses, the sky's the limit for them. Honestly, I think he's really, really good. He's only young, and he appears to be quite popular. He's in a lot of people's favoured personnel. So you know what, him and Ferret, that's your midfield sorted for the next 10 or 12 years, easy. But unfortunately we still lost. I couldn't believe when he got that 3rd one, the last. I was like, wow, what a player I've got here, finally. Coming good. And then we had 1-1. We had another German scored, Hans Rogalski, who, I don't know whether he's going to leave or not, obviously, because he has been moaning and moaning and moaning and moaning. So is Anton Schmidt, actually. I have a terrible feeling that the new manager is just going to lack a backbone. And I'll just tell him to fuck off. Or either way, I'll just tell him, yeah, you can go. 6-0, hopefully this will happen at the weekend. I severely doubt it, as of course we only have Luis Suarez, who is jet lagged horrifically, and Scar Hartman excuse me, getting another 2 goals, Trombetta scoring, and Zimmer also popping up there. So Can't argue with these players. Lazio scores the winner in the Super Cup final in Eindhoven, which is good. 4-1 against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Lazio, Torre, Rogolski and Mensah with the goals. Champions League, this is how things looked in Group D. We qualified yet again without losing. It was 3-0 against Juventus. Oliveira scoring his first goal for the team against Juventus in the Juventus Stadium, as it's going to be called. Of course, the new one, apparently. Francis Liverpool also got on the score sheet against Lech Poznan at Jubb Park. Ferret there, say, and Mino. 3-1 against Marseille, who we always seem to bloody play. Rogolski and Torre. 1-1 at the return leg. At this point, I think we are almost guaranteed, essentially, all the way through. So I wasn't too disappointed by that. Lazio and Horton with 2 goals against Juventus. Scotta scored no goals. You know what I mean? He's a little bit shaky, but he gets the job done overall. And then a cracking game. This was superb. 4-3 against Lech Poznan in Poland or wherever the base. Played I find Francis Liverpool. It's weird. The sort of adapted attacking left winger role. He's superb on it. Obviously I was qualified. I couldn't lose first place, so I played a load of kids. And you know what? They won. This Sebastian Giorgi lad, he's a beast as well. Really got. I know he sounds Italian, but he's German. He's got bundles of energy, bundles of pace, and he's an absolute little cracker. Scored a fair few goals. Unfortunately, we couldn't retain the League Cup. We got knocked out in the first round against, in third round, well, first round for us, against Huddersfield. Played probably a too weak a team here. Keane, who impressed me in the youth candidates game, but really has very little to no effect. Emmanuel Groppi as well, I fear, is not good enough. So that's that game. 3-2 against Newcastle. Another crack here. Hans Rogolski with the late winner to seal his hat-trick. 2-1 against 2-0 against West Brom. Nunez scoring both goals. I thought we were going to have an absolute nightmare after Carlos Alberto got himself sent off. That really damaged his chances of getting into the first team again. But again, we had a lot of red cards. A lot of red cards in the back end of this save. Last sort of 10 years or so. Fortunately, we lost to Blackburn as well, which sounds a bit weird, but Blackburn are actually okay on this. So that was a bit disappointing. Whoops, daisy. Huddersfield, still getting used to this bloody click wheel again. I'm used to a really crap one. 1-1 draw at the Galfond, not overall too bad. Landry Torre rescuing us there, but should have really won. But we bounced back quite well with a 5-1 victory over Southampton. They did take the lead, but we pretty much got it back straight away. And it's typical players again who scored. And then we went on a drawing spree, which again weren't too bad. Already seen Marseille there. So we got 3-0 against Forest with another good bounce back. Oliveira again getting his fair share of goals. I'm not using the corner glitch, by the way. I know it looks like a lot of my SCDs do get a lot of goals. Maybe they're just good at heading. I don't know. A lot of people forget to take that into account. Rogolski and Torre, them two are just the beasts. 2-1 against City. This should have been 2-0. Lack of concentration at the back there. Ruined the clean sheet, but Ferret again really stepping up. You can see his goals are really starting to add up here. 3-2 at the Emirates, a massive result. It was really tense, but as you can see, this Clays guy got sent off in the 71st minute, allowed Baba Mensah to go up and score in the 79th minute. A massive goal in the season. 3-0 at the stadium, at our place. Sebastian Giorgi getting a 13-minute hat-trick. I was waiting for him to get more. I thought he might get a double hat-trick, in fact, but no, he unfortunately couldn't do it. But whatever, a hat-trick is still very good. And here we go, Monterrey. Stephen Ligenik scoring the winner. They really never offered much in terms of a threat, but they really, they were just a Club World Championship semi-final. What you wanted to do, and we beat River Plate in the final. So it's another consecutive Club World Championships for us. I think that's a first. I think Rogolski and Trombetta, they did get a consolation at the end there. 0-0 against Everton, probably one of their best results at Jubb Park ever. In fact, obviously it's only like 20 years old, the stadium. 1-0 against Wolves. Now, of course, at this point, as you can see, we are playing a hideous amount of games. Wolves on the Saturday, Peterborough the following Monday, and Chelsea, but we managed to win somehow. 1-0 against Wolves, Han Rogolski with the 88th minute winner. 2-0 against Peterborough. Francis Liversedge also scoring again. He played up front. Nunez, Artman, Maloney, a lot of these hopeful, really good youngsters take them forward. And 1-0 at the Bridge, a very good performance again from Daniel Ferret, who, as you can see, has scored a fantastic amount of goals. You can see, look at that. Value is superb. He's got great acceleration, agility, stamina is superb. Passing is Xabi Alonso status. And quite frankly, he is going to be an absolute star. Pity I'm not going to be able to see him. And 4-2 here against Everton, a superb game. Andrew Horton, obviously, naturally scoring 2 against his former club. And then we had 4-0 against Reading. There was Edge Groppy and Wilshire, played quite a weak team there, and they did quite well. Now, this was a potential turning point in the season, I think. We really should have won this, but Tottenham won. We were 3-0 down. Sorry, no, we weren't. We were 2-0 down in about 10 minutes, and at that point, I'd given up already, so that was pretty stupid of me. But we had a bit of a shock, but we managed to pick it back up now, so we had a couple of games against Derby. Okay, I want to see if you notice a pattern here. We had Mino and Lizio gets 2, obviously a red card there for Knowles. 1-0, Lizio with the 89th minute winner. 3-1 against Manchester United, Rogolski, Lizio, Horton. Schmidt got himself sent off, but there you go. And obviously Derby, so we've had 2 goals against Derby there for Lizio. The 89th minute winner against Lizio against Derby at the home there. And in the FA Cup 4th round, guess who scored? Massimo Lizio. I've never seen that run. Imagine if that happened in real life. The fans would send them death threats, and I was like, fucking leave us alone, you prick. Oh dear. Anyway, you are fully up to date. So I'm now going to embark on. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm going to take on Burton Albion, and that should be good to play my kids there and see how they do. But that is pretty much up to date. I was going to say I have already recorded and retired, and I've done a few little things already with the future save. So we'll see who replaces me and all that, and we'll see if we can end on a high. Can we win the Champions League? Can we win the Premier League? Can we win the FA Cup? Who knows? Let's find out. I will probably see you tomorrow for a final. Well, it's going to be a final FM12 video as you know it, I guess. It's going to be the final update. I realise obviously FM13 beta is out, and obviously I probably should be making videos of it. Obviously, however, as I say, I have absolutely no time at all. I cannot literally do it. Yes, and there's another point. I should have some FM13 videos up at the weekend. So there you go. That's just thanks to my Twitter there for notifying that. So that was very handy. I will see you probably tomorrow then for the final FM12 update in the All-Regen Liverpool series. So thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.